Hey y'all, it's y'all favorite cozy girl, Chi the Reality Queen, and I am back again with another episode of Robe Chronicles. Tonight we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 14. I know I'm a little greasy tonight, y'all, but bear with me. I don't know why I put so much Aquaphor. I'm trying a new little facial routine that people have been telling me about, and I just realized that it makes me greasy as heck. And looking at myself with this little light on, I'm like, oh, it's much worse than I thought. But anyway, um, this episode starts off where the last one ended with Giselle's little Grand Dame title little scene, and honestly, it was silly. And I know she's doing it to get Karen mad. And, this is light shade, but at the same time, it's silly. I don't know, how to describe it, but it's like petty because she wants to make her mad. And it's like, why? I guess I don't get that. I don't know. Um, and then Ashley over there trying to be messy, like, oh, well, Karen, do you have any words? And the thing about Karen is she's rather quick on her feet. So to kind of shade her, like, oh, I'm glad she's the grand dame of 20854. Like, that's it. Just that little area. Like, I'm the grand dame in general. She's the little grand dame of that area. like, it's, it, it was just such a weird thing, especially with the Party City crown and sash, and to get it engraved or whatever, to have, the title means that you were like plotting on your pettiness. And that's weird to me, right? And also, it's funny because she went and she met up with the other women right before, her little cronies now, because that's really what it is. They all just meet to talk mess on the others. Like, I feel like when the others meet each other, if they ever show it, they don't show it often, but when they do meet, they're just talking about their lives. When the cronies meet, they're talking about other people. And it's getting kind of old. But when she met with them, she's like, oh, I thought it would be cute to do this for NECA. Ma'am, that thing is engraved. This was planned and plotted. And I'm sure you told these women far before you made it to the Dominican. So why pretend? Why even have that meetup? Like, that's why people think the show is getting stale, because they have scenes like that in which it's so obvious that it's so manufactured that it's like, why are you even insulting our intelligence with this right now? Um, but anyway, after that, the ladies go to play night golf, which, oh my God, looks like so much fun. Like, yes, they're terrible, but it's pretty much top golf, but like, one, private, and two, it looked fun. Like, you hit the thing, it lights up. It's just regular, it's basically top golf in a private setting. And I guess you don't have to hit it that far because maybe they knew they wasn't going to hit it that far. But, it looked like a little fun time. Um, and the cronies and Giselle are talking, and they're questioning her about Jason. I don't understand why Giselle continuously comes on this show with fake relationships. Now, I don't actually, let me say it like this: fake relationships, that's fine. You could do that. It's a show. You want to manufacture whatever story you want to manufacture, great. But make sure the person you're in a fake relationship with isn't in a real relationship with someone else who's then posting about their exclusivity and their relationship. That's the messy part, right? Like, that's the problem. You need to tell Jason to get those girls in check if he's trying to get this check. Like, I just don't understand. We all saw, or maybe we all didn't see, but if you did see, his girlfriend, who swears they've been together for a year, is posting online. And the gag is, I think it was Mia asked her, well, what would you think if he, post another girl online? She's like, oh, we talked about that. He can't do that. No. Even though she says they're casual. So either you're a homewrecker because you're casual, you're a side piece to a man who has an exclusive girlfriend. And Giselle, you are way too old to be somebody's side chick that young. Like, that's silly. That's silly. Or that girl is lying, which it's a possibility. I mean, she might want the fame. I don't think she didn't look like someone who watched Real Housewives of Potomac, but you really can't judge a book by its cover. But it's just crazy. Like, we 8 seasons in and you're still paying people for fake relationships. At what point do we look at Giselle and say, are you the problem? Are you the problem? In 8 seasons, you couldn't find a real boyfriend? 8 seasons. I'm starting to believe a little bit of those Sing Sing rumors. Because how is that possible? 8 seasons in, Giselle is introducing her children to F buddies. Because that's what you're claiming Jason is. He's a situation that all your kids know. Girl, no, it's not believable. We're not buying it. In 8 seasons, Giselle has not been able to find one boyfriend. She's a beautiful girl. That is not to be debated. She must have a nasty spirit. I'm convinced. I mean, unless she's saying, now, if she says, like, hey, you know what? While I'm focusing on my children, I just want to focus on work, doing the show, and taking care of my kids. The show already takes so much from me, and I don't want to take any more away from my kids. That would make perfect sense. But that's not what she says. She says she's dating and she's out there and this and that, but she can't seem to conjure up a real relationship. Hmm. And the crazy part about it is nobody questions it. All of those girls on that show just sit there and watch her fake shit, and they're just like, yeah, da 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 da. Come on now. She, no, no, we cannot continue to let Giselle get away with this nonsense. She cannot sit here and have a fake relationship. No, I won't allow it. And I am starting today to demand that Giselle come clean. Like, why are we allowed? Where, oh my God, Monique, please come and make a guest appearance at a reunion with the burn book, please, because someone needs to get to the bottom of it. The thing is, everybody talks about Candace being so low down and dirty and this and that, but Candace wouldn't even do that. But she should. She should, because you, I'm just tired. I'm tired. Um, Anyways, Karen pulls Candace to the side and she's asking her about, like, being upset and walking away during the little fake crowning. And, Candace is just like, I'm tired of it. Like, she's such a nasty individual and that she thought it was stupid. And Karen's like, yes, it might be all those things, but who cares? Let it go. Like, it's not a big deal, which I agree with. And I get that when you're frustrated with people, everything they do is just over the top annoying to you. But, I think you have to take a cue from the person that they're trying to offend. Karen's not offended. You're not offended, right? Let it go. Um, then at golf, we see Candace ask Kiana how she's feeling. And I'm like, girl, y'all should have been asking her that yesterday when she was running to the bathroom. Like, you're late. Actually, it was the same day. It was later that night. Technically, if the episode is cut correctly. But it's like, girl, you hours late and $1 short. She's fine now. Like, Um, but yeah. And in her confessional, she talks about it. She's like, they should have checked on me before Giselle. And it's true. But a part of me thinks that Giselle might have checked in on her just to be like, oh, I checked in on her and they didn't. I don't want to think she's that petty because she did say that her hairdresser knows Kiana. So I want to believe that that's not the case. And Giselle was actually having a good moment in which she, genuinely wanted to check in on someone. Um, then the ladies get to dinner. And when they get to dinner, Wendy immediately thanks Robin for picking such a nice place with such a beautiful ambiance. And, all of them are like, yeah, it's a beautiful place, great ambiance. And I'm like, y'all be talking about Wendy and how she's rude and this and that, but the girl can move on. Like, she don't be holding stuff like that for real, because she clearly is like, I'll be cordial. And the thing is, you don't always have to like people to be cordial. You could just be cordial because it's the right thing to do. And I have seen Wendy continuously be cordial to women who really don't deserve it. Um, then Giselle starts talking about like thanking Karen for talking to Grace after graduation, and, just telling her, just kind of calming her down, I guess. Like, it's about, like, your mom has to like go through these emotions and be sad and this and that. And, and I get it. Um, I don't have that firsthand experience of a kid going off to college, but I would imagine that when you're so used to something, it you get used to it and you don't know how to do when it's different. And that's your child. It's your first baby and she's going off to college. So I can see why Giselle is sad. And, Grace and Adore and Angel all seem very, like, not saying they don't love their mom, but they all seem very independent. Um, so I could see how they're kind of like, okay, chill out. Um, then Mia asks, are you concerned about Grace going down to Florida? Like, are you worried about her with everything going on? And Giselle's like, yes, I am. Like, with the governor and this and that, like, it is scary times. And then they cut to Wendy, and Wendy's saying, like, yeah, like, I completely understand. And she's saying that she wouldn't send her black sons down there with everything going on, which for the scene and the conversation makes absolute sense. That's her input, that's her belief. Does that mean Giselle is a bad mom because she's sending her daughter there? First of all, we don't know where else Grace got into. We don't know if Grace even applied to anywhere else. We don't know if that was first on Grace's list. That's her choice. Wendy is just saying for her, and as a mother of black sons, which everybody knows is different, right? Well, not everybody, but if you're black, you should know that it's different to have black sons versus black daughters. She wouldn't do that. That's just her personal opinion. Nothing to Giselle's decision to do that, but that would be her decision to discourage her boys. Now, obviously, if her boys are like, we're going, we have scholarships, that's what we're going to do, I don't think Wendy would be able to stop them. But in the current climate, that would be her decision. Now, it's funny because during this conversation, they keep cutting to Wendy and Candace like making faces. But one thing I know about production, I can already, we've seen it much throughout this season already, is they like cutting and clipping stuff to fit the narrative that they want it to fit. And the narrative they want it to fit is that Candace and Wendy aren't good people. We've already determined that. I don't know why certain producers don't like them or whatever, but that's just what it is. They don't like them and they want the old general public not to like them either. That is what that is. The truth of the matter is, we have no idea what those faces are being made in relation to, because you never see their faces at the same time that Giselle is talking. You see their faces after a comment is made, after things are done. So there really isn't any knowing, right? And people are like, oh, they're rolling their eyes. I have had silent conversations with people across the room from me, and sometimes you make faces because it's like, I can't believe this B word is talking. Like, not heard, whatever, whatever. Does that have to do with the content of the conversation? Maybe not. It might just be the person who's talking that I don't like. So when they open their mouth, they could say, praise Jesus. And I'm going to be like, or, you know, make a face because I don't like that person. So I feel like I don't know the content of the conversation. I just know that it was clipped in a certain way, and I think it's really important to note that no one said anything. They just showed the clips. Um, so then Giselle talks about how they should be able to call people out when they're wrong. Also find that to be a very convenient statement. Someone who, when she gets called out, looks like a freaking frog and like has nothing to say. Like, girl, when people call you out, you be looking stupid, but you think you should be able to call people out when they do something wrong. Doesn't work that way. But anyway, she calls out Karen for talking about Mia and bringing up Mia's, trick days or whatever. So Karen says, I brought it up in front of her. And I brought it up. And the thing is, she brought it up saying, how would you like it if? Not, I'm about to spill all your secrets. She just said, how would you like it if I did the same thing to you? And Mia was like, well, do the same thing, blah, 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 blah. So then she named what she named. Now, production goes back because Karen's like, well, I did it in front of you and everybody else, and shows Mia talking to Karen, pulling her to the side to have a conversation about what she heard. Yes, she did that after laughing and kikiing about it at Robin's bachelorette with Karen not being in attendance. So it's like, why wouldn't you show that clip? Why are you showing the one where she talks to her after she's already spread the rumor? That it doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm like, production is really on one, and it's getting to be a little disgusting. Like, it's so obvious, and that's the problem. The problem is production's dislike of certain people is so obvious that it's like, it's not fun. It's not fun when the ladies aren't just going at each other. When production enters the battle, instead of saying neutral, you start to see it to be very one sided and lopsided, and it's tacky. And yeah. But so then um Mia starts acting like, you're just lucky I haven't brought up the actual true story. And Karen's like, ma'am, you don't know nothing about me. And she's like, you want to try it? That's what Mia says. And Karen's like, and it's so funny because the way they try to clip it again is like she gagged Karen. And Karen was like, okay, that's fine. If you want to start talking about rumors, we could talk about rumors. Let's do that. Basically, Karen, that is what Karen basically said. If that's what you want to do, we can do that. And what does Mia do? What does she immediately do because she's a liar and has never told the truth a single day in her life? She goes, well, I don't want to feel like I'm always trying to one up you and go back and forth with you. Now everybody's like, oh, I want to know what Mia knows. Mia doesn't know anything. And she got caught in her lie. And when Karen doubled down and was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, if you want to just start going rumor for rumor, we can do that. She backed down trying to act like, oh, I'm doing Karen a favor. You're not doing her a favor. You're a liar. You can't tell the truth. You lie all the time. It's actually amazing that people believe anything that comes out of her mouth. I think Mia is a fun girl's girl. I think she's good for the show, but she's a liar, and everybody should treat her as such. She shouldn't be able to say anything that people trust. People should just hear it, nod, smile, and walk away like she's the village idiot because she's lying. But, it's entertaining because she says stuff that's so off the wall. It is entertaining, but you just have to treat her as someone who isn't going to tell the truth. So the fact that people are like, ooh, what is Karen hiding? Nothing that Mia knows. like, like nothing she knows. She don't know anything. She's a known liar. Just because you're mad at Karen today, this season, doesn't mean Mia now tells the truth. She's still a liar. The same liar she was when she first walked in that door. And that's that. Um, so yeah, anyways, then Kiana calls out Wendy and Candace, and she thanks Giselle for checking in on her, and she calls out Wendy and Candace for not checking in on her. And what's crazy is They don't get defensive. They're just like, dang, I receive it. My bad. And Wendy talks about, well, I brought you ginger ale. Convenient of the producers to leave that out. Let me tell you, anybody who brings me ginger ale when I'm ill, that person loves me. Ginger ale has healing properties, okay? So if I say I'm not feeling well and you bring me a ginger ale, baby, that's love. So maybe she should have checked in better or more. And I'm not saying Wendy or Candace like really fought it, but y'all should have showed her bringing ginger ale. Maybe she brought it dismissively. Maybe she didn't really show too much concern. But bringing ginger ale, come on now, that's that's love, Kiana. And I mean, she acknowledged that yes, they brought it, but like that was it. So I don't know. To me, they didn't fight. They received it, meaning that they knew that they probably could have done better. But I mean, like I said, leaving out her bringing Kiana ginger ale is intentional. That's what I will say. Um, then Mia asked Giselle what. Oh wait, shoot. Did they talk about it at that? No, 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 no. I'm already trying to jump to the lunch the next day, but that's how the dinner ends. They go back to their hotel. Everybody eats, I think it's dessert. I'm not really sure what they was eating. They go to bed, whatever. The next morning, Karen, no, the next morning, Mia, Giselle, and Nneka are sitting and talking. And it's so crazy because it's always the same little cronies sitting around gossiping. And it's not like y'all don't have nothing else to talk about besides the people that you don't like. You want to say Candace is obsessed or Karen is obsessed or whoever is obsessed, but y'all just be on the show sitting down, congregating, talking about these women. But Mia's like, I don't know what her problem is with me. And Giselle brings it up. She's like, well, I think she's still mad based on what you said last season in Miami when you told her that she chose a side. And she's like, I didn't. I just thought what you did was wrong. And I guess like she chose a side in saying that that behavior was wrong, but she didn't choose a side in saying like, I don't like you anymore, Mia. Like the way they're behaving, where it's like, I'm not going to talk to you because I'm mad at you or I don't like you. Karen did not do that. She just said what you did was wrong. And if I can't tell my friend or someone that I'm cool with that they did wrong, then what's the point? We don't need to talk because I don't rate you if I can't tell you if you did wrong. That's crazy. Then Giselle, they go into a little breakfast, and Giselle's like, I'm not talking to Wendy or Candace. Baby, we 14 episodes in. You have not talked to Wendy or Candace the past 13 episodes. Why would you need to announce it on episode 14? We don't care. Or as Stephen A would say, I don't care. Like, we don't care. We don't care, girl. Like, stop. You haven't been talking to them. That's okay. Nothing new. Same old, right? What are you doing? Um, then she was like, they were making stank faces while I talked about my daughter and this and that. Let me tell you, I don't know. I mean, Giselle's weak. To me, she's very weak. She can only talk behind people's back. She can garner followers and fans and cronies, Mia, Nneka, Robin, Ashley behind people's back. She cannot speak up for herself in person. And those are the people that you really should shut down immediately. Immediately. Don't even let those people breathe. You cannot take your foot off those people's neck because the minute they get in private, they won't get to talking and you got to shut them down before they get there. But if Giselle was real, if you're talking, excuse me, are you making faces while I speak about my child? I would have asked that straight up. Let's clear it up. Oh, no? Okay, my bad. I thought that's what it was. I guess it's not that. My apologies. And move on. And move on. Nope, she talking about it the next day. Then, so then they're playing like a little game at breakfast or after breakfast or whatever. And it's funny because I think the games that they play, I mean, they always get to sex, but the games that they play are actually fun. I feel like when I watch like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and they go to have brunch and they're like, oh, we're going to play a little game. They're always games that are like, who would you kill of the bunch here? Who do you hate? And who would you beat up? And it's like, y'all not trying to get along, huh? Y'all want problems because these games are so light and fun and just questions. And I'm just like, why don't Salt Lake City do games like this? But the game is called Answer the Damn Question. And basically, if people think you're lying when you answer, they can buzz it. Um, they ask Ashley when the last time she had sex was. She said in January. I think filming begins in April or May. So it's pretty it's been a minute, and luckily it wasn't with Gollum, so I mean that's a step in the right direction. um, then they ask Robin what one fetish Juan has, and she says, oh, Juan would like to see me with someone else. Y'all, if that's not an admission of the comment Karen made last season about Juan wanting a threesome, I'm not saying it's with Karen. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's his type. But she tried to make it seem like that comment was so off the wall for Juan, like, oh, he would never. But now, getting a little closer to the truth. I'm just saying, Robin has a bad habit. Like people say Robin doesn't lie, but Robin has a bad habit of switching her story up as time goes by. I'm just saying. Then NECA tried to shade Eddie. I guess they asked her in the confessional, like, who would you F, Mary, kill? And she was like, oh, I would F Juan. And I don't want to kill anybody, but I would free Eddie from Wendy. You've been married a year and your husband yells at you like you're his village girl. Like, absolutely not. You cannot talk about Eddie and Wendy, who have been married for years, when you and your husband are still just trying to stand on 2 feet. Like, how dare you? He has never complained about his spouse. He has not. And yours treats you like a housemaid. Well, a well paid one, though, girl. So I ain't finna complain. But he be talking to you crazy, and you be talking to him crazy. But I have never seen Eddie or Wendy yell at each other. You've been in one season, and we've seen you and your spouse get into it. Yeah. Okay. You're going to free him. Uh, then they asked Karen how many partners she's had in the last 5 years. And Karen, Karen be falling right into their trap. Ma'am, one, my husband. But she was like, do wet dreams count? Go to bed, Karen. You're tired. Go to bed, okay? Why would you say that? And then she's like, oh, probably like 40. I get it. You see a fine gentleman, you're like, okay. But a wet dream, Karen? Come on now. Ray's watching, okay? Then they go to lunch. And Ashley talks about her relationship with Michael and how she's still with him because she's afraid of losing that financial security. But Michael doesn't give her any money. I'm like, this is the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Like, Ashley's actually stupid. I didn't know that. Like, I thought she was. And I assumed she was, obviously. Judging a book by its cover. I shouldn't, right? I'm wrong, okay? But she actually is stupid. You haven't filed for divorce and you're not getting anything from him? Like nothing. I thought he was still like paying her bills, doing stuff because they haven't yet separated. But if it's true that she's getting nothing, then she's a fool. It doesn't even make sense. Like I don't get it. And then I think it was Wendy, because you couldn't, it sounded like her, asked Mia if she wanted to be with G for money. And she was like, oh, when we got together, I had more money than him. What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? This girl can lie. She can lie. Jesus Christ. The way she lies is just so, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like, we're just, everybody has to just sit there and listen to her lie. And she was like, oh, yeah, well, I had inheritance coming for me. And so that's why I had more cash. Girl, the story you told about when you met G was you worked in a strip club. He came and was spending tens of thousands of dollars on you, and you ended up going home with him. Where is the inheritance? Where is it? Girl, just quit the lies. And you could tell everybody at the table was like, and I think she pissed Giselle off because Giselle tried to like keep the people around her on one accord because she knows she runs a tight ship. And Mia just be lying. And it's like, I can't really defend you when you lie like you do. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And, she's just trying to, it's tiring. Like, it's entertaining because it's so, like, I can't believe she would just say that. But it's also like, I don't even know. And it's funny because Candace in her confessional called her a stripper heiress. And I'm just like, no, but for real, like, for real. Yeah, please. Oh, Jesus. I don't, I pray. I pray they let G come out at the reunion. I know they're not together no more, but please, Andy, for the love of all that is good, let G come out at the reunion because he got to refute some of these facts that Mia has been spitting. And Giselle then tries to save her, like, well, how did we get here? What were we talking about? And she's like, oh, we were talking about Ashley. Yeah, girl, but you lying now, so we trying to hear these lies. But then Ashley talks about meeting with a confidence coach, and she's like, I just have been trying to get my spirit back up, and this and that, and all this stuff. And I kind of love that for her. I feel like that's Ashley's lane. Like, I don't know, self betterment. She really can't feel too highly of herself. The one, she says she's never been alone. She's had Michael since she was young. And, that was her source of income. And now she's doing the show, but I can't imagine that it's bankrolling her the way Michael was. Like, she got to move and shake a little bit. I mean, I don't know why she didn't expect that relationship to end. And I don't know why she didn't plan better. Probably because, again, like I mentioned, she's not very smart. She's very beautiful. She's whatever, but she's just not very smart. And unfortunately, it put her in a position to not be ready when the inevitable happens. Um, but her confidence coach, like, is helping her out. And I love that for her. I think, like, you know, whatever the case may be, people should be happy and confident in who they are. And she said her confident coach is helping her, like, telling her to write music again. And she's like, I love singing. And I'm like, it's anything like coffee and cream and love or whatever that song was, don't do it. I mean, do it, but like in your house, in your closet, in your shower. The places that the rest of us don't actually have to hear the song. But, Candace is like, oh, you should sing it, sing it, sing it. And she hands the girl a knife as a mic. Now we have come a long way from Candace handing Ashley knives instead of trying to attack her with them. So congratulations for them to turning a new leaf. Um, and she sings the song. And I can't even remember the song, but it was actually really good. I was like, wow, wow, she actually has been practicing. And the song was catchy, you know, pretty good. I'm not even gonna shade the girl. I was shading her a moment ago. But the song was catchy and her voice sounded good. So all my shade that I just gave, imagine it being just taken away. I'm sorry, Ashley. I spoke too soon. Shout out to you for that because I enjoyed the song and I enjoyed the vocals. Um, Wendy asks Karen about her trainer. Now, this was weird too, because I don't even know, like, because she's triple 20, she's trying to get healthy, she's doing all this stuff. So she asked her about her trainer, and Karen gets so defensive. I'm like, you're the grand dame. I need you to have a little bit more, like, I don't know. She just can't be getting so hyped up when things happen. She's, oh, I'm not going to tell you his name. You could have said his name was John Michael. You could have made it up. You didn't have to tell him for real. But when you make a big deal, she needs to keep her composure. That's what she needed to do. She could have said Ted Smith, John Orange, whatever. And they would have been like, oh, okay. Maybe they would have Googled, maybe they would have found out he was fake, but that would have been a story for another day, not in the moment of them trying to really get to the bottom of it because you wouldn't give a straight answer. I'm just like, girl, you never beaten the allegations of the of you and your trainer. But then, yeah, then they finish their lunch, they go to the beach, they do a photo shoot. It was cute. It was cute. Not even gonna lie. It was cute. All of them, every single one of them looked really good, looked cute. It was, some people are better posers than other, i.e. Candace clearly has been working on it. Um, some are better posers than other, but it was cute overall. Very cute. Then after they were like, okay, everybody can just kind of do what they want. Mind you, up until this point, everybody is just getting along perfectly fine. No drama, no beef. They're laughing, joking, having a good time. Maybe there's a little tension between Giselle and the others, but Candace and Wendy, but it's not coming through at the table. Like they're actually getting along. Then they go to sit down and it's Ashley, Giselle, Robin, Mia, Neka, and here comes Robin. I didn't like how Wendy and Candace was giving stink faces at the dinner table yesterday. Aren't you guys tired? They rest. You're not tired. Like everything was good. Everything was good. And now y'all want to come talk. So unnecessary. Like you guys, and the thing is, it's the cronies. Like they get together, the GBs and their cronies, and they start to just let me find a problem. We a whole day later. If you had a problem bringing up at the dinner table, not a day later at the beach, like what is the deal? Or you should have done it at breakfast, or you should have done it at lunch. Why are you waiting? Like, oh, we just had a fun time, a good day, and now we're gonna sit here and start talking shit about Candace and Wendy and the faces that they were making. And Giselle's like, it was this, it was that. And she's talking up a storm because that's the only place she feels safe to talk. I'm telling you, in her youth, not enough people knocked her upside the head. If more people had knocked Giselle upside the head when she was young in the 80s, she wouldn't act the way she does right now. She wouldn't. She acts the way she does because not enough people went upside her head when she was talking crazy. If more people had, she'd be different because it doesn't make sense to talk so much, but when people come around, you want to be quiet. Just say what you were going to say. Just say it. Be open. I'm upset about this. I don't like this. You did this. It's fine, but she don't do that. She be just like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then all of them, Mia, Neka, Ashley. Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. You guys, do you have an original thought in your head? Like all of you probably did not see it. That's number one. Number two, why are y'all watching them that hard? Why are you watching people you don't like that hard? I don't pay attention to people I don't like. I could be sitting at the table with three people. And if there's one person I don't like at that table, I don't even know what that person is doing. I'm not watching them. I don't see them. They just there. So how is it that all y'all watching Candace and Wendy, who was on the opposite side of the table of y'all, and y'all don't like them. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense. The math is not mathing, okay? And then it's like, I really, really believe that they were looking for another reason to have a problem with them. Like after they got together after dinner, they got together whenever and was like, what are we going to bring up next? We don't have anything, but we need to find another problem with them and bring it to the girls as a group. That's what it seemed like. Giselle and Robin were like, what can we concoct to have a problem with Wendy and Candace? And it's lame. They're so lame, Giselle. You are also pushing 60. You're not that much younger than Karen. Robin's younger than you by almost 10 years. So you're not that much younger than Karen. You pushing 60 and you trying to manufacture fake drama. Like, it's not cute. Not cute. And what I love is in the middle of them talking shit, here comes Wendy, Candace, and Karen. Like, what were y'all talking about? What's up? And that's the energy that you always need to come with. I hear my name, what's up? What were you guys saying? I'm here now. Say it to me. Like, it stresses me. I am so stressed. And the thing is, people are online like, oh, they were rolling their eye. Oh, it was about Grace. Oh, I don't care. Grace is 18 years old now. Grace is going off to college. No one's worried about Grace. Everybody's happy for Grace. Grace is an adult going to do adult things. She's not on Real Housewives. Like she is by proxy because that's her mom, but she is not a main character here. And she gets to and should get to just live her life. Grace is so cool. Angel and Adore are cool. I think all the kids are cool. I think all of the kids are great, fantastic. But the thing is, they should just be able to live their lives. Giselle had the audacity to be like, I can't believe Karen. She's watching it happen because if someone did that to Raven, no one did anything to your child to put the situation on Raven. Like it's just I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just glad Wendy and Candace immediately hopped up like, what's up? Because I feel like they do a lot of this like trying to concoct the story and the producers or whoever these producers are that like Giselle and Robin and whatever fall right into it. Andy, fire those producers. Fire them. Fire. In fact, if you got to fire all of them, do that. Get new producers who have no feelings towards any of them so they just accurately record the show and report the information. And they're shady to everyone equally. That's what we need. Because the fact that we didn't get, a flashback of Mia talking about her stripper days eating steak and stuff when she was lying, that should have been easy. That should have been easy. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's the producers? Do you think it's the women? Do you think it's Andy? Who do you think is to blame here? Because I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around, and I just don't know where to start. Who gets the biggest cut of the pie of the blame? Because we need to figure it out. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts. Um, and come back next time. I'll see you for episode 15. They're already soliciting questions for the reunion. So I'm excited for that. I hope some of the questions I've seen so far on Twitter get asked because this is a mess of a season and we need it to be rectified. So see you guys next time. Bye.